Spartans! What is your profession?
How much did they think I'd take before the walls around me break? They used me up, they bled me dry, but I stayed strong, I reached the sky. How much more did they think I could take? Their whispers were poison, their smiles were fake. Behind the curtain, their plans were obscene, using my heart to fuel their machine.
I gave them my truth, they gave me their lies. Played me like a pawn in their grand disguise. I stayed on my path through the darkest of fires, while they chased the shadows of selfish desire.
But I won't break, I won't bend. This is my story and I'll write the end. They can't control the fire in me, I'll rise above their devious schemes. I saw the cracks in their glittered facade, every move a step in their twisted charade. But I kept my head high, my heart stayed clean, while they sank deeper into their cunning routine.
They whispered lies in the dark of the night, promises wrapped up in glitter and light. But I saw through the cracks in their grand disguise. Their schemes were shadows beneath their sweet lies.
Now I see clearly the roles that we played. They chose deception, I chose to stay brave. The scars on my soul are badges I earned. Their schemes have crumbled, the tables have turned. I won't bow down, I won't retreat. I've got a heart that they can't defeat. Their web of lies, it won't confine this soul of mine. It's built to shine.
But I won't break, I won't bend. This is my story and I'll write the end.
They can't control the fire in me, I'll rise above their devious schemes. How much did they think I'd take before the walls around me break? They used me up, they bled me dry, but I stay strong, I reach the sky. How much did they think I'd take before the walls around me break? They used me up, they bled me dry, but I stay strong, I reach the sky.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Today is Wednesday. Yes, can you guys believe it? Can you guys believe this already? It is Wednesday, July 16th already. We are halfway through the month. We're on the other side of halfway through the month of July already. The year is going by so fast. The year is going by so fast. We had so many initiatives for the year of 2025. So many goals, so many thoughts, so many ideas. And how is it going? How is your year shaping out to be? Let me get the right thing up here real quick. We're going to go with, there we go. Boom. I am Tech Ralph. We are engineered to win, or as some of my friends like to say, I do my very best to annoy you. Yes, you, to success. I just want us to be productive, to be great, to go out there and add value into the world. And we are trying to do that from whatever way possible, but I focus on it from a tech base, from a tech perspective, whether it is how to use these tools, how to level up in your career, all of that good stuff. This is the morning show, Coffee and Kata, Morning Vibes with Tech Coach Ralph. And on Monday, I wasn't live all last week. We are back this week. Monday, we caught up a little bit, and we ended up with working on So it was an N8N Node-Mation workflow that I swiped from X. I used basically what I did was I took the description of the workflow on X and I took a picture of the workflow on X and I put it into Manus AI. Shout out to Manus. It is a great assistant of mine. And I said, Manus, can you recreate this workflow? Give me for N8N, give me the nodes and everything like that. And it did so. And I was able to get that. So now I want to configure that N8N workflow inside of my N8N that I have set up. So that is the plan for today, right? But before we get into doing all of that amazing work, I want to just do a quick housekeeping, quick reminder. So at noon today Eastern time, we're going to be talking about how an AI platform, Devon AI, helped me with testing my mobile app, my time cost calculator app. Yes, how Devon AI assisted me with testing my time cost calculator app. I'm going to be breaking that down. Last week, I spoke about how Devon added a new feature to the time cost calculator app. And the week before that, how Manus added the features as user stories into my Jira. And then the week before that, how Manus gave me the ideas for the features of the app. So how I'm using all of this work to streamline, to make it more efficient, to add value into the world. All right. I know a lot of people, they get worried about AIs. Oh, it's making people dumber, which it can be. I said this the other day. I think I was on X and I said this because people say, oh, AI is making people dumber. I'm like, you know what? AI is going to make dumb people dumber, and it's going to make smart people smarter. It's going to make resourceful people more resourceful. It's going to make poor people poorer, and it is going to make rich people richer.
Money.
Hey.
That's how they say, the poor gets poorer and the rich gets richer. Yes, that is true. But why is that true? People want to blame, the rich people for that. No, it's true because they are resourceful. They know how to take the resources that are provided and say, how can I turn that into a bag? While people might see this, oh, this is like, let me go and have a conversation with it. Let me have it help me this way and that way. The other people are like, how can I leverage this? How can I leverage this to be more efficient, to be more effective, to run up the money?
Thank you for your patronage.
Right? So that's why for me, I never get, when I see these new technologies, I'm like, all right, how can I leverage this? And we were working on Lovable yesterday. Everything that I built, I'm like, you know what? What can I associate to this so that we can let's listen. There is nothing wrong with asking, AI for whatever you're asking for, but you should also be asking it, how can this make me better in the things that I do to make money? Quick example. I saw a video the other day on YouTube where they're talking about these AI agents, conversational agents, and the ideal was, let's say you have a plumbing business, right? Let's say you have a plumbing business, and plumbers should technically be on call 24 hours a day, because you never know when there might be an emergency, when someone might have an emergency. And trust me, everybody has an emergency at some point in their life. I am not a plumber by any means, but I would suppose, I would assume that there is somebody who has a plumbing, there is someone who has a plumbing emergency every single night. Sometimes in the middle of the night, you wake up, there's like some type of flooding and something like that. You don't know how, maybe a pipe burst or something like that, and you don't know how to turn off the water. Let's say a plumber comes out there, shuts it off at the valve that comes from the city to your house in the middle of the night. That how much would a plumber charge for that? But guess what? You could be that plumber that goes out there, makes that house call at 3 o'clock in the morning, to turn off the main water line that's coming in, and then maybe you return back in the morning to try to fix it. But what if they go onto your website and they call you and nobody answers? They say, oh, just leave a message and we'll get back to you in like 15 minutes. And, the plumber is deep into their sleep. The plumber is deep into their sleep. So they roll around and they roll around and they're like, oh, it's an hour later. And they call the person back and the person, oh yeah, I called your competitor. And they answered and they got out here in 30 minutes. And it is what it is. So, what this idea that this YouTube video shared was, what if, because you can also be on a call, right? But what if you were to set up when they call your number, and let's say it rings 2 times, you're not able to answer it, and now it forwards to an AI agent that you have set up to have a conversational agent to have a conversation and get the information from the person, find out what's going on, take the message, okay, thanks, I'm going to have our on-call plumber give you a call in like 15 minutes, and they'll be on their way, leave me your address and everything like that. They'll be on their way. They're going to give you a call on their way there, and now it forwards you that information, and it makes sure that there is some type of alert that, let's say, how you have these what do you call those things? What do they call them? So let's say you have do not disturb mode on, right? But there's a do not disturb override. So when you do that do not disturb override, it's from your conversational agent's phone number, so that whatever it is, you get that notification. So it forces you to blast some type of noise that you cannot ignore, you cannot miss. Maybe it makes your Alexa or your Google Home or whatever it is, your Siri, whatever it is, it makes sure that it goes off, so you can wake up in like 2 minutes, call the person back while you're getting dressed to go and solve that issue. You give them the price and the quote and everything like that. Boom. I was like, that is an amazing idea. Now, from a tech perspective, do I think a plumber can set that up? I don't think so. I don't think a plumber can set that up. Maybe if they're a very tech savvy plumber, sure. But do they have time to set that up either? I don't know. But you know how to navigate through these platforms, maybe through NodeNation or whatever similar tool. Maybe you can charge that plumber a good little penny to do that, right? Because guess what? That 3 a.m. house call that the plumber is making, it is going to pay. It's going to pay you right there. Like, so the plumber, they wouldn't have any, like, you know what? If you can maximize my reach, then they will throw that money at you. So that is why I do what I do. All right. With that being said, let me get into the chat real quick. I've already been yapping for long enough. Let me check the chat to see what in the world is going on with my friends. We have first and foremost NC Worker in the building. Says, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, NC Worker. How are you? How is it going? We are past the halfway point of 2025 and past the halfway point of July. How's it going? How is your 2025 going, NC Workers? So appreciate having you here.
We the best.
And let me see, because now I have, let me see what this means. I have to translate this because I don't know what I'm going to be showing up on screen. So let me see what we have going on. Let me see. This would be, is that German? So it's hello. So this says hello in Russian. Hello to you as well, Gollywoodski. And let me see what this says as well. Let me see, because I can't be showing up stuff I don't understand what it says. Where could I paste that? Translate to English. It says, how popular is, so this one says, how popular is N8N in your country? I don't know. I don't know how popular it is in the United States of America. I see a lot of videos about it on YouTube, and allegedly they have a lot of views. Is that accurate? I don't know, because there's many ways to get a lot of views. So I don't know. So I can't say how popular N8N is in the country. I think amongst tech people, it's getting more and more popular. So I have in my N8N, and I can pull it up real quick too. I can pull it up. Let's see, in my N8N. So what I did before going on my week off of YouTube was I set up DigitalOcean, which is a platform that provides hosting of different sorts. I set up a Docker container running N8N. I forwarded a subdomain from the techodrive.dev. I created a subdomain and I forwarded it to my N8N instance. And then I set up some workflows, right? So let me show you this. So in my workflows, I have like a controversial post being put on X. I have about like AI and stuff. I have a question post that's being put on X. I post products on X. I have a thoughtful QA post, and I have a controversial post about boot camps just to stimulate conversations on X. And they actually work because they're getting more traction. I'm like, so people will respond to them, and then I'll go in and we'll start a conversation, we'll start a thread, and it is very, very helpful to kick off just different thoughts. And the thing is, right? The thing is, because you're like, oh, you're using AI to make posts, but I tell AI, this is my sentiment. Come up with a catchy post so that we can trigger a conversation. And so, like, let's say the main post itself might be like, but then based on the conversation that happens, I am personally going back and forth, responding and interacting with people's thoughts and their sentiments towards that, right? I'm using N8N. The plan today is to use N8N for this marketing workflow that I swiped over from X, so that we can start setting up these marketing agents. All right. So let me continue. Let's go back to full screen before we get into N8N. NC Worker says, are you creating an AI agent? Not necessarily. Well, I guess I am. Because I'm working on that marketing workflow to post, to get like captivating psychological insights, and then shift that over to marketing campaigns, right? So I you know what? A lot of times we try to downplay the things that we're doing, but no, you're right. I am creating an AI agent. I already have some AI agents when you consider the X post, the posting the products, all of those that are working. And with the products one, it also puts a log onto Google Drive saying what product was posted at what time it was posted. So yeah, I am creating AI agents.
Let's get it.
And NC Worker says, I'm okay. I'm having a lifestyle change, but I'm keeping it positive. That's all you can do. That is all that you can do. And I'll say this. Whenever that I am going through something, whether it's lifestyle, whatever it might be, the thing that I fall back to above everything else is work. It's like this. I have to work. When I work, everything else is spaced out and I am focused. I am on a zone. I can be working till 2-3 o'clock in the morning when I got to get something done. And then I might be back up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I want to keep working. So get a quick workout, stretch in. And then when I hit the sauna, I'm working in the sauna, whether it's scheduling videos, whether it's building out these applications, whatever it is. So I focus on my work, and my work, whether it's working for like my regular company that I work for, whether it's working for myself, whether it's going to jujitsu is work for me too. So that's just how I get around all of this thing. But that's how I stay positive. So shout out to you, and shout out to your lifestyle change. And NC Worker, you know that I, TechOdraft, has your back. And with that being said, I think it is a perfect time for us to jump into working on this N N8N Workflow. And it is going to be featuring Manus. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Manus AI. I've showed it a few times on this channel. Manus has been a lifesaver. I told Manus this the other day. Manus, I need you to write me up a contract that has and these are the parameters of the contract. It wrote me out a long contract breaking down everything, the agreement, why I did it that way. So it was awesome. It was awesome. So that's why I hit up Manus whenever I need somewhere. Like my Manus subscription, my tokens from Manus had ran out the other day. Because you guys know that I am a token fiend. I'm a nerd. I am a nerd. I am nerdy by nature. I'm a token fiend.
You're such a nerd.
I am. You know, I am. But it is what it is. So let me go ahead and pull up. There we go. Building AI ad workflow in Manus, and we are going to. So what I asked Manus for the other day, on Monday, was to give me a complete node by node breakdown of the workflow. And then so what I'm going to do, I am going to import, should I import this workflow? Let me import the latest workflow that it gave me, right? Say download, let's go here. And I'm going to import this workflow, and then we're going to work off, because I haven't done anything on that workflow since I hadn't done anything on that workflow since I had imported. So let me just import the latest one that they gave me. And then we will go through here, complete node by node breakdown. So this is telling me exactly what goes into which node, how to set it up. And that is going to be very, very helpful to us, right? So let me go into my N8N right here. And I'm going to say create a workflow. And I'm going to say import the workflow from file. And I am going to go to downloads, and I downloaded the other day. All right, so there goes the workflow, right? And we have, so the first thing, let me zoom in on this a little bit. So webhook starts off here, right? And this is the webhook that it would use. So the good thing about, so when I first set up N8N, right, I had it running on a MacBook Mini inside my home network, so I could access it and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be able to start it with a webhook. Now I can, because it is running on a Docker instance on DigitalOcean. Shout out to DigitalOcean. It's running there. So, and let me see. So test URL. So if production URL, test URL. There we go. Right. And it should do all of this stuff. Let's see, start creative workflow. Cool, right? So we have our webhook. So basically the webhook, you can trigger that webhook to start off the flow, right? And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put Manus right next to my workflow. And I am going to say, so using response to webhook node, webhook start. Okay, so this one, so using respond to webhook node, so this is good. And input validator. Let's see. So if I was to say, so when I'm working on N8N, what I normally like to do is go node by node to make sure that it's working. So I'm gonna just say, so here's a question, right? So let me look at my Manus. It's so all right. Let's rewind a little bit, right? What is this workflow supposed to do, right? So this workflow is supposed to. So this workflow is, so I saw this post on X where they are advertising a workflow. Can you check out the post here? The post was mainly about building a AI agent that analyzed 23 winning ads, found 8 buyer triggers, and build 3 creatives ready to launch. It steals what people buy and turns it into ads that actually convert. Here's what the system does: decodes and makes viral ads actually work. Runs psychographic analysis on your audience. Writes emotional hooks tuned by platform behavior. Auto generates 3 AI visuals, align, brand alignment, and CTA optimized score for each conversation. Right. So that's basically what it does. Let me go through the output that Manus. I can go all the way down. So the output that Manus gave us. So one thing about Manus is they'll give you like all the files. And I need, let's see. We would want to look at, let's see. So original system overview. The system is described as an AI powered creative pipeline for generating ads, visuals. Key features from Xpost. Let's see. So what I'm trying to see, what starts the webhook? Emotional hook architect. Sorts the system from external audience. Pulls all records, collects data from all brands. So I'm trying. All right, let me just run this. Let me just run the first node because I'm just curious. What is this supposed to capture from? Right. So let me see. Execute step. Let's see. All right. So I guess we have to like figure. All right. So I guess we have to fix these things up first, right? So let's go ahead and fix up. Let's go ahead and fix up the broken nodes on the so we have to fix up the broken nodes, right? Because I need to be able to execute to see where it's breaking. So, but I cannot execute if this is breaking first, right? So I'm gonna go. One thing that I've noticed is based on how it's creating the nodes, I have to like go in here and say message to model, and this is why I had Manus break down the complete node by node, right? So I'm gonna go. So this is good. This is good. I'm going to go to the OpenAI one, and it's gonna be resource chat operation message, GPT-4 and temperature 3, maximum tokens 2000. So let me go. So this is a system message, and I'm going to add a system message. System message. And we're going to say this is going to be the right here. And that's going to be our user message. And model, we're going to say so what I always do, I always say GPT 4.0 mini or 4.0 mini, because that's one of the cheaper models. And then once my workflow is finalized, and if I want to spend more on the model to get like better data, then I'll upgrade it. But when I'm because when you're testing it, you're going to be running it through GPT a lot. So, and you know, those tokens rack up in cost. So I try to be as efficient with my tokens as possible. All right. So we have that. And now let's add our options for the max tokens. And I think that was 2000, right? Let's see. It was 2000 tokens. Temperature. What is the temperature? Let's turn the heat up. It's going to be 0.3. And model. All right. So we got this node configured. And we are going to save that node. We are going to drag that over. No, not here. It's going to go to, so let's delete this. Connect that here. And I am going to name this. So let's copy that. And that's the thing, like when importing them from other places, you can't necessarily know how the import is going to go in, because it could be based on your installation of N8N. So you got like, it's just not always going to be just that that you can just like, oh, it's like I'm just going to import it and everything's supposed to work. So when you see like, oh, I'll send you my N8N agents, that import might not necessarily work just like that. So keep that in mind. All right, so now I want why do theirs have a name under it and mine has a name over it? I don't know. Oh, but you see, there's also like this import a newer version of this art. So we have to fix these. We have to fix these. So let's do this. Let's do this. So is there a newer version? Let me just start updating all these, right? So this is okay. And so let's add code. We're going to get this. We're going to fix this. All right. So let's go ahead and go here. Code. Let's delete that. Copy this. Paste it in here. Let's see what else we have in here. Change this name of this one. So basically, and like Manus gave us a older version of the nodemation or N8N, right? So we have that now. So we have our input validator. Now we're going to say another code for the multi-source aggregator. Let's put that as oops. Let's go here. And let's copy that code, paste that in here, delete that, connect this to this. We're going to add another code. I mean, at this point, we might as well just like rebuild it in our own, you know? But let's go to here. Copy, because I would not be able to write all of this JavaScript on my own. My JavaScript skills are not that strong, to be honest with you. But let's go to that. And I'm going to ask Manus to do something for me real quick. I am going to say, let me go to Manus. Can you, let's say, let's take this as part of the, can you also share what the purpose of each node, what is it doing, so that I can clearly understand the workflow. All right, so it's going to be doing that. While it's doing that, I'm going to continue migrating this over. Let's see. All right, so we have that. This is going to, did I add this one already? I did add this one. We're going to connect this here. We're good here. And now we go to the trigger recommendation processor. So let's add a code. And I'm going to say, start moving over. I'm not going to write the whole thing out. Let's go here. And we're going to copy this into here. Delete. Boom. All right, we have that. Let me make these a little closer to each other. So we have this. Now emotional hook generator. Let's go ahead and add a AI1 for OpenAI. message a model. We are going to say again, mini or GPT 4o mini. So like that. And we're going to go to, get rid of the name. I might as well just get rid of this one altogether. Okay. And if I go into here, I am going to go to back to Manus. And where is, while it's doing that, let me go back over here. And I am going to take the, where are we on our workflow? Emotional hook and copy generator. So emotional hook and copy generator. So so model GPT-4, temperature 6, maximum tokens 3,000. All right. So let's go ahead and let's set this up. Maximum tokens 3,000. And you got to remember, like, the cost of using the of like using OpenAI, right, or Gemini, whatever, it is, for a messaging model, it might be like 4 cents for a million tokens. So when we're saying like do this step and the maximum number of tokens to use is 3,000, that's like not even half a penny on the dollar for that. So just understand, right? The temperature is 6, and the temperature, it relates to the randomness of the randomness that it will output. So how creative it's allowed to be. So we have our, we don't need this one. All right. So now we go to the user message. Let's say the user message is going to be this one. Hold on here, let me close this. Let's go to here, and the system message. And you see how, like, when they're making the message, you're an expert copywriter and creative strategist specializing in high converting and ad copy and emotional hooks. Create a compelling copy that incorporates psychological triggers and drives action. So we want our AI to identify as what we're telling it to identify as, right? So in this case, as a expert copyright. All right. All right. So we have that one. Let's see, right there running here. In a second. Okay. All right, cool. Just closing some things down. All right, cool. So we have that. Now this is going to say code again. And where are you going? Let's go here. We are going to copy processor and visual prep. Here's this thing. What is going on here? Okay. All right, so we're going to say, paste that, copy processor, add visual prep. Let's delete this, turn this into, so the reason that I make sure I keep the same name is because a lot of these functions are dependent on those same names. Well, this doesn't even matter because we are going to create one for each of these. So let me see something. Let me try something real quick. I am going to, can I do a mass disablement of these? I don't even know if I could do that. Oh, all right, cool. Deactivate 10 nodes. All right. If I was, I wonder what happened if I try to run this step now. If I deactivate everything. Ah, okay, cool. Let's see. I don't know what it's expecting from. Let me see. No input data. So what are you expecting? Let me see. Pull in events. So let's stop this. What are you expecting? So let's say, so we have our enhancement where it's telling us what everything is doing. This is perfect. This is perfect. So imagine you're not the most familiar with N8N, right? Shout out to the question that our good Russian friend was asking us, Gollywoodski. What if you're not the most familiar with N8N and AI agents? Well, you can give a breakdown of what each node is doing, and then what to copy and paste into the node. So you have that understanding. So now receives raw JSON input with brand parameters, passes a. So let's do this. Can I get a sample raw JSON to pass into to pass into the workflow to test the workflow, to test it out. Where would the webhook be getting the information from for the flow to be triggered? Because it's receives raw JSON and passes it to validation, but where is it getting from? I need a sample JSON and how to pass it in. Would it be an API call to the test webhook URL through a tool like Postman? Because this is important. This is important. This is an important part of it. All right. I hope this is helping understand how to build out these workflows, because they'll give you these workflows and they'll say, all right, just use it. But as you saw with our import, we had to restructure, redo a lot of things. So that's why I spend the time to go through this, Look, so now we have some sample of, this is why Manus is my dog. I asked for some sample workflows and it is still going. It's like, all right, you need help? I got you. Hold my token. I am a token fiend. I tell the truth. And it is still going. How many? All right, I only needed like one. All right. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. If you're at work, if you're working, right? NC Worker. If you're still watching NC Worker, here's a question for you. Here's a question. If you're at work, right, and you ask somebody, "Hey, can I get an example of something?" How many examples are they going to give you? How many will you get? Is it just going to be like 1, 2, or are they going to give you like, I don't even know how many this is. Are they going to give you like, I don't even know. Gee whiz. I can't even say. So anyways, let's go ahead and try this out. So for quick testing, copy and paste. All right, so I'm gonna use the this one right here. And I am going to say, I'm going to get my webhook URL. Let's copy that, and we're going to paste that into here. All right. And I don't think I need this. I am going to, or maybe I do, I don't know. I'm going to go to here, and I am going to say, copy this JSON into, and plus what I'm doing right here, right? Where are you going to find somebody to think of, how can I test this? Oh, I need JSON. You are seeing the whole thought process in the making. All right. So we are going to take the here. So Postman, wait 20 minutes. So if we do this, we should be able to see the workflow happening, I think. All right, so let's go content type, application header. Let me make sure my content type, move this over here. Content type, okay, application header. We don't have this. Create post request. All right. Okay, we got that. What you'll get back is going to be, all right, let's see how far this is going to take us, right? So I'm going to send this, right? And I'm going to go to the 404 not found. The requested webhook, click execute. Oh, look. You see how we are learning and figuring this stuff out? So here's what happened, right? Because I don't have the execute workflow clicked, it tells me that we're not listening for the webhook. In test mode, the webhook only works for one call after you click this button. So we are going to go over here and we're going to say let's say listen for event, right? Now we are going to say here, up here, boom. And we have a 200 OK.
We the best.
And we go back over here and it took it. And brand name TechFlow Solutions right here, brand name TechFlow Solutions. Target audience, busy professionals age 25 to 40 who struggle with time management, increased app downloads on platforms, Facebook and Instagram, right? Now, we progress through, if we close this out, and if we go here, now we have data. And I say execute this step. It says, all right, missing requirements, so missing requirements. So let's go ahead and fix that up. Let me take a look at the schema. And so brand name. So should it be body? So we're going to try to fix this up. We're going to get this to work, right? Maybe not all today, but we're going to get this to work. So what is this? Resume URL. Oh, that's from a different workflow. Okay, cool. We're going to look at, so let's say we go to here. Get rid of that. And brand name. Let's try that again. Oh my God. Look at that. So now coming through into our flow, brand name, target audience, the campaign objective, and the platform's industry, budget range, medium, blah, 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 blah. All right. Boom. There we go. Now let's progress here. Multi-source aggregator. So this was going to come from workflow data, and that would be coming from, let's see, it is going to come from, is it from the webhook? Let's see. Would it be from the webhook? Because if you're looking for JSON, maybe it's going to be the, let me try this. Let's go and drop this right here. And we're going to say, get rid of this. And we're going to say this right here. Execute. What? Do you see that? So boom. Let's data collection. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted. Let's move forward to advanced ad. I thought I'd redid this one. Did I not? Okay, I didn't redo this one. So let's go and we're going to drop an AI node for OpenAI. And we're going to wrap this up soon, but we're going to continue with this on Monday. But we're getting there. Message an agent, message a model. And where did you add that one? All right, so we're going to go over here. And I can just delete this one altogether. Actually, no. Let me get the name. Copy that. Delete that. Give it that name right there. What's up, Prince Marky D? How are you doing today? What's up, Chris Parks? What's good with you? So the assistant is GPT-40 mini. Where is it? Where is the model? Oh, message of. It's not an assistant. It's a text. And that is GPT-40 mini. Got that. And I am going to go to, now I can go back to here. And we need we're up to advanced ad analyzer. So what does the advanced ad? So this is why I did it, right? What does the advanced ad analyzer do? This is where the AI brain starts working using GPT-4. This node actually analyzes successful advertisements in your industry and targets market to identify what makes them effective. It looks for visual patterns, psychological triggers, platform-specific optimizations, and conversion elements. Think of it as having an expert analyst review hundreds of successful campaigns and extract the key success factors. All right. So we are going to say this is, I thought we did this one already, but okay. Let me go ahead and copy the user message, copy, and drop that in there like it's hot. We are going to copy the system message, and I'm going to drop that in there like it's hot. And that message is, you're an expert ad analyst, right? Cool. So we got that. We're going to set up the temperature. It's getting hot in here. So give me all of your tokens. That was weird. All right. Let's say maximum tokens, 2,000. And we're going to say randomness. Was it 3? Yep, 3. And we are going to say that one is done. Drop that in there like this right here and this right here. Oops. Make some space for this one. And let's zoom in. So let's run this one. So our advanced ad analyzer, which is running as an expert ad analyst, analyze these advertisement examples. It's passing in the brand name, the target audience, the industry, and the campaign objective. All right. And it gives us information. Structured in JSON. So now we take it to, let me make sure my psychological trigger is good. See, my psychological trigger is not good. Let me go ahead and fix the psychological trigger first. And then we're going to run the next step. But this is how I work step by step, so that I can make sure that this is working the way that it's supposed to be, right? So parameters to configure. This is the psychological trigger. So it's going to be 2,500 max tokens and 4 is going to be the, all right, so I had put the first one into this one. And we're going to say that we're going to take the system. We're going to take the user text. We're going to paste it in here. And we are going, so that's that one. So now I'm going to say, all right, let's execute this. And we have stuff coming in through here, right? Gave us stuff on the other. Oh, wait, no, something's not right. So the workflow data, let's see where we have, so workflow data and ad analysis, right? So, let me see. So the ad analysis. So I think this is going to go here. And then this is going to go here. Something's missing. Something is missing. We have here, let me see. I think there should be something before it to extract. So the purpose, all right, so visual intelligence engine, advanced aesthetic analysis, ad analysis data. Is it possible that provide detailed analysis in JSON format with scores and recommend? So maybe I could say only provide JSON response format. Because what's happening is it's adding text to it, but I believe it's looking for just the JSON data. It's looking for this in here. I don't think you can get to it though. Let me see if I undo this. Workflow data, JSON. Should be the same thing. I'm trying to think. All right, so let me try this. All right, so let's see what happens. If we were to pass in see advertisement analysis, it's not going to make it through. I don't think it's going to make it through. If I was to go, because this doesn't exist, right? If I was to go to here, does it exist? What is this? Let me see something. A JSON property isn't an object item 0. Where are you getting that? Let me see. Let me take this over. What's up, Rod Brown? How are you doing this morning? Let me see. Let me just copy and paste this whole thing in here. So JSON, return JSON, workflow data. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say that, here's what I'm going to say. Watch this. This is the visual. Well, so let's copy. I'll copy this whole thing in there. So let's say the advanced ad analyzer OpenAI node is returning data in a mixed format of text with embedded JSON, which is causing the visual intelligence engine not to be able to parse it. Below is an example of what OpenAI is returning. Can we force OpenAI to return it in the way that the visual intelligence engine is expecting, or can we make the VIE adapt to OpenAI format? Paste that in there, send that. And based on this answer, this is going to be the last thing. We're going to wrap it up after this, but this is how I figure things out. All right. You guys know me. You guys see how I work through things, how I try to figure them out, how I am always, the way you see Manus is thinking, I'm always thinking. You know, but all right, how can I get the AI to think for me by giving it the right prompts? All right. Let me see. So while it's thinking, let me go to Chris's question. Is how can you tell what the code says and what each function is? I have to use AI to try and tell me what each function of the code is doing when I run into problems. Network error. We're talking about network error. What? Guess we'll retry. So to answer your question, I don't necessarily understand what each like the exact code is doing. So that's why over here I told it to give me a general idea. Give me an idea of what each node is doing in particular. And based on what the node is doing, I have a general idea. If I run into issues, then you see how I prompt, all right, something isn't working right. I know how to read the code by like reading through the code, but not necessarily knowing how to fix it if something goes wrong. But I do not. So it's not about knowing what the code says verbatim. It's about knowing how to navigate through it, how to troubleshoot it. So I think you're on the right path by using AI to help you figure that out. Before we had AI, we had Stack Overflow, where ask Rod Brown, ask Prince Marky D. Stack Overflow is or was our very very best friend. But with AI, we go a lot faster, but the information stays the same. All right. All right. So let me see. Create a solution for OpenAI response parsing issue. Deliver. All right. So let's go ahead and open that up. So one thing about Manus is that he just likes to rewrite everything over and over and over again. All right. So let's go and three-layer solution. Force pure JSON output immediate fix. Let's see. Temperature 1 for consistent JSON output. Solution 2, backup protection. Solution 3, enhanced visual intelligence engine, long-term robust. So let's do the quick implementation for now, where we're going to update the system prompt. We're going to go like that, just so we can get this part working, and then we can get out of here for today. So we're going to update that, and we are going to say take that. The temperature, we're going to set that to 1, and response format JSON object. Let's see if we have that option. Let's say temperature, turn down the temperature, and let's say, is there a response format? There should be a response format, right? Output content as JSON. Boom. There. Let's get it. So let's execute this step again. And we have our JSON format in the building. All right. So now, once we go over here and we say that we want schema, maybe. So if I was to go to, can I just copy that like that? And if we were to say just JSON, and we were to say this is also just JSON, access to property, So under ad analysis, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? Maybe you're just looking for content. And on the other side, we have, well, it's working. We have some type of output. Is it accurate? I'm not entirely sure, but it's there. So now let's see if we can process this one. Target audience. Is there a target audience in here? There is. Under the multi-source data aggregator. So I am going to drop that in here. Take that out. Let's search for brand name. Take that out. Industry. We could probably just go right here and then do industry. Go right here and do objective. Or not. So I guess that would be campaign objective. Okay. Anything else? All right, we got all that. And if we execute that, what do we get? Let's see. What do we get? And we have a bunch of schema. So we have JSON being returned to us. Maybe I should say output is JSON. Let me see. What is the expectation? So let's go to, where are my files? View all files. Nope, not this one. There we go. Let's go to, I wish it was like you can link directly to a particular spot. Let's go to, let's end it right there. Let's end it right there. I'm going to leave you guys in suspense. I am going to leave you guys in suspense. We will pick this up on Monday morning. We're going to continue to finish up this workflow. I think it's going great. We see it. We see the marketing in motion. And now what we're going to end up doing is just plugging in different businesses that we have and have it generate these ads for us, right? That's the plan. That is the goal. But let me just give an honest hello to all my friends. We have Prince Marky D says N8N. Heck yeah, brother. Shout out to Prince Marky D. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yes, we are working on all the things. Lovable, N8N, Manus, Devin, all those good things. You know, because we have to keep up with the industry because and I know you are as well. I am a token fiend. Yep. We have Chris Parks says, "What up, folk? What's good with you, Chris Parks? Hopefully all is going well for you." My guy, Rod Brown, in the building. What's up, Rod Brown? I will see you live tonight, Rod Brown. You guys tune in to Rod Brown's channel tonight. He's gonna be going live from what he told me. Unless he's reneging, okay? But I know that Rod Brown is a man of his word, and he is not going to backtrack on what he said. All right.
We the best.
Let me see. But that's it. That is it for today, you guys. Remember, at noon Eastern time today, I'm going to be premiering Candid Conversations. Not Candid Conversations. I'm going to be premiering Software Explorations, Concept and Overviews. We're going to be talking about how Devin AI helped me write unit tests and widget tests for the app that it added features for as well. All right. That is the plan for today at noon. I will see you there in the chat. Do me a favor on your way out as you wrap up the show. If you have not done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. Go to techcoachralph.dev, sign up today, get access to all of the cool things that we do, like my sprint reviews, that so you can have an idea of how we work in a Scrum environment that I do with my Tech Barbarians. You can join us for our Vibe Code and Chill on the weekends, where we are hanging out, doing work. You guys see the projects that I'm working on, the state that they're in, how close they're to completion. I get to answer your question. You get to, I get to hear your ideas. We get to go back and forth. We have a great, grand old time. Netflix and chill is dead. Come and vibe code and chill with Tech Coach Ralph.
Let's get it.
And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. I will see you guys at noon and live tomorrow night. Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
They try to twist, they try to break, but your heart beats for your own sake. They walk in circles, lost in haze. You blaze your trail, you set the pace.
They whisper lies, but they can't touch your core. You're a wildfire they can't ignore. Keep your head high, your vision clear. No room for doubt, no space.
It doesn't matter what they say, their shadows can't block your way. You know more, you do more. Break their chains and soar.
They'll try to bend you to their mold, but your heart beats strong and bold. Their words are cheap, their ways are thin. The power's in you, let it begin.
They whisper loud, but they don't know. Throw their stones and watch the show. Their words like smoke that fades away. You're the fire that lights the day. It doesn't matter what they say, their shadows can't block your way. You know more, you do more. Break their chains and soar.
Let them drown in their own noise. You've got strength, you've got a voice. Don't let their darkness dim your glow. Stand your ground, let the truth show.
It doesn't matter what they say, their shadows can't block your way. You know more, you do more. Break their chains
Don't let
and
no lies knock to the ground. Stand tall and strong, don't turn around. Your mind's a force they can't contain. You got the power in your veins.
No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words, we're all out of time. Truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine.
standing in the wreckage of a broken vow. The silence louder than the shouting somehow. The clock hands spinning but the moment won't bend. We're out of beginnings, this feels like the end.
Burn the bridge and watched it glow. No turning back, the winds won't blow. The silence thick, it fills the air. We're stranded here, but I don't care. No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words, we're all out of time. The truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine.
Promises are fragile like glass in a storm. You dropped it again, it's become the norm. Every excuse is a thread you can't sew. The seams are bursting, it's time to let go.
No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words, we're all out of time. The truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine. You held the cards, but dropped them all. A house of lies began to fall. Promises made, but none were true. I gave my all, but not to you. No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words, we're all out of time. The truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine. No more time for second chances. No more steps for these old dances. We're all out of words, we're all out of time. The truth is heavy, but the fault's not mine.
We'll drift apart like leaves in streams, chasing shadows, chasing dreams. No map to guide, no stars to